What's up, guys? This is DT Ninja here to bring you my Naruto episode. Yes, 392. Yes, guys, this is going to be about the hidden heart. Okay, the hidden heart. This is directly from Kishimoto's volume 69. Yes, guys, 69 about Shukaku and the Jinchuriki of Gara. Yes, guys. Now, before we get into that, I know you guys are wanting to hear my thoughts on the episode itself. So, first of all, let's get into the episode. So, first of all, last week was about Madara's return. Okay, I don't want to get too much into it, but we see Madara reborn. And he's blind now, okay? He's blind. And he takes on not only Naruto and Sasuke, he takes on Hashirama and steals his Sage Jutsu. Now, we go on to this week, and we start off with the fight with the tailed beast, okay? Madara is standing over, the shinobi, and he's looking out at the tailed beast. So that is where we start off. So that's where we're going to start off, all right? So the very first page of volume 61, we see Gara and Shukaku right here, okay? So they're going to be the focus of this episode. And by the way, this episode, 392, it covers three chapters, okay? So you have all the tailed beasts here. And you see Madara right away, Shukaku goes wild and shoots these air bullets, okay? Shoots these air bullets right at Madara. And he's bleeding, and they go right through his skin, okay? Now, then you have this attack from all the tailed beasts, okay? All the tailed beasts are attacking Madara, and then the Sand Mausoleum here, this envelops Madara. It's supposed to seal him for good. This is a huge sealing. I mean, this is gigantic. And somehow the legendary Uchiha Madara comes out with Susanoo bearing and no eyes, okay? Now, we move on, and we see, the tail beast still knocking out Madara, still smacking him around. It looks like a great counterattack. And then, Zetsu shows up at the very end, and this is where he places the eye, the Rinnegan eye, inside his socket. He gets his eye back, and this is, the start of the episode, okay? One of the discussion questions I've been asked about is, how did Madara Uchiha use Susanoo without the use of his eyes, okay? So, to answer this question, we must go back to Itachi's fight with Sasuke, okay? And precisely, it's episode 136, The Light and Dark of the Mangekyo Sharingan. Okay, now this is the first known information we get of Madara Uchiha. Sasuke's there, he's in that flashback, okay, and he's watching how Madara Uchiha steals, or supposedly takes Izuna's eyes. So Madara, okay, the big misunderstanding is that people think that you actually take your own eyes out and you use another eye, okay? And that this somehow will unlock a new Sharingan, the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, no. They are together, okay? They are together. So if you look at this scan, and it is on page 9 of episode 136 or chapter 386, you will see the Susanoo, okay? You will see Madara standing there with the Susanoo, and you will see his eyes, okay? There are 4 eyes. You will have to notice because 2 of them are Madara's, 2 of them are Izuna's. Somehow, Madara used his unique ability of Sharingan, of Mangekyo Sharingan, to absorb his own eyes into his own body. Okay, so now, if you think about it, the real eyes of Madara have become part of himself. Okay, so he can use these powers at will, whenever he wants. And by using Izuna's eyes, he put them in his eyes. This is how the transfer and how the combination of powers work. So, somehow this power, this absorption, created some kind of special chakra that he can wield and use at will. A further proof. Last week, Madara's reborn, okay? Last week, when Madara returned, Sasuke immediately used Amaterasu, okay? He used it. Now, if you go back, his eyes were bleeding. So let me ask you one question. Why were his eyes bleeding? Why were his eyes bleeding? I'll tell you why. Because he used Itachi's Mangekyo Sharingan. That is exactly why. If you notice, his powers came from his eye, not his hands. Okay? Now, once once he absorbed his own eyes, okay, and used the ability of Itachi's eyes, that means he can wield his own Amaterasu, which is Inton Kagasuchi. To get another understanding of it, let's look at the other way Sasuke used Inton Kagasuchi, because originally when I saw this, I thought Sasuke was using his eyes, okay? Amaterasu, right? Amaterasu here, using his eyes to use Amaterasu. No. Madara can absorb any ninjutsu. That is why Obito was able to absorb that attack, because those were Madara's Rinnegan. That was Madara's Rinnegan. Alright guys, so let's get back to the bulk of the episode. So we see Madara, he's going crazy, he's laughing, you know, he finally has a body. They did that perfect in this episode. I really enjoyed that. I also liked the Kuchiyose no Jutsu, the summoning jutsu, Obito coming out of, not Obito, the ghetto statue coming out of Obito. Everything was handled really well. Even Black Zetsu's part, I really enjoyed that. The Rinbo Hengoku, everyone being pulled in. And then we even get this eye from Shikaku, and then we go right into the monk's story. Okay, we go right into the monk's story, and, explaining how this monk has been, mistreated, He doesn't even have a name anymore to these people. He's treated like a Jinchuriki. And, this guy, he's like, I don't really care, I've lived a good life, I have protected, what I've been meaning to protect, and that's all that matters to me. And then, Shikaku's like, are you crazy? And then he talks about how his master engraved these words onto his hands. And these words are really unique. You have ukeru, which means to receive, okay? And then you have kokoro, which is heart. And then putting them together, we get love. So it's really unique how Gaara's, tattoo actually has meaning, and it shows where it comes from also. So if you guys notice, I actually have the kanji for love on right now. This is a really cool shirt I got in Japan. Now this is, Gaara's symbol, love. So when you receive a heart, you have love. So this is where it comes from. It's really unique. So you actually can see this is heart in the middle, and this is ukeru on the front and the bottom, the top and the bottom, and this makes love, which means, obviously, I means love. I means love. It actually comes from Chinese. But yeah, so anyway, it's really interesting. And then the ending, we got the ending shows, the really unique thing with Gaara and, you know, his Jinchuriki. Zetsu's like, you know, why would you even consider, you know, trying to protect him? You're no longer a Jinchuriki. You know, like, you were once his Jinchuriki, but why are you even trying to help? He's like, you will never understand. That is the hidden heart. And that's what I like about this chapter, this episode. It really captures the part of the manga that shows. So, to recap on this episode, it was a really great episode. I like how Madara, you know, was, you know, showing his true character, laughing out loud. I showed you earlier, using Renbo Hengoku, you know, using the summoning jutsu, Kuchisoyose no jutsu, taking Obito right out, you know, right out of Obito's body, seeing Black Zetsu's like true nature, and explaining how, you know, Obito's weak and it's not his eye. I really like how that was. I like how Madara took Zetsu's arm off, you know, using his abilities, showing everything that we've seen in the manga. Now, there are some things that I didn't like, okay? Now, the Madara using, you know, Susanoo without the eyes, they should have touched on this. They should have pushed this further than the manga, because this is a huge question for people out there. I explained it in this video, but if they would have pushed it further and shown how it happened, I'm sure this episode would have been perfect. Now, the other thing I had a problem with was the episode title. It's called The Hidden Heart. However, it covers 3 chapters, and the last chapter it covers is like the last 3 minutes. The monk part was really cool. However, I wish they would have pushed it a little further, showing more Gaara and Shukaku moments, showing how the hidden heart, you know, is now being shown, how this came to be. I like how it was done, but I wish they would have done more. Okay, I mean, it's an anime for a reason. It's supposed to push further than the manga by using the original content. So that was a thing that I had a problem with. And the title for next week, it's called The Real Truth. I just don't see that being the real truth. Madara has done this for a reason, and it's because the world has failed. This failed him. The failed world is the original title, and that's what it should stay. Okay, because that is where Tobirama tries to stop Madara, you know, and he stops him like immediately. It's also where he stabs Sasuke. So I mean, this is like showing how the world is failing right before your eyes. So I feel that the title is misleading next week. So the only thing I have a problem with was Madara's Susanoo and the titles. That is really the only thing. And the monk should have been pushed further. But I really like this chapter. I like this episode. I mean, but yeah, that's been my episode review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day.